The most intimidating thing in the world for artists, especially painters, is to stare at a blank canvas. I'm gonna die way before I run out of ideas. So that happens after you have many paintings behind you. I find things and incorporate into my work. I paint them. I actually use a lot of pure pigments. I use old stones and I grind them and I make color out of it. I do hundreds of layers of that, and then I scrape it, then I paint it again, then I kind of set them on fire. I put that with that. Isn't that cool? Being an artist, you're that. It's being an artist. It's not, you don't do art for fun. Most painters, I'm this way too. It's like we're painting out of emotions. I mean, a lot of this is my whole history. So, and I do a lot of like little engraving. All of this is kind of cut into it. Like all the lines that you see actually cut it. I was born and raised in Cuba. I grew up in Matanzas, a city right next to Havana. And when I turned like 13, 14, I wanted to leave. So I started building boats to leave. And after 13 times trying, I made it to America. And I went to San Francisco and kind of really grew up again. Started learning about the art world, and I really liked it, and started painting and started finding things and fabricating sculptures out of found stuff. You know, I put them on the wall, paint them all one color. It's called veladura. It's like a layer, and then I clean it, and then I stand back, look at it. It needs this, it needs that. So it's a conversation, really. Cubans have this thing, doesn't matter where you go. After a certain amount of years, somebody turns it on and you have to come back to Miami. We found this beautiful property, we built our studios here, and I love gardening and I love nature. We just love the sanctuary. We always create a place to create. I'm a city person, but I love nature and I just love trees and being outside. My work is kind of like an expression of the way that I look at the world. I paint a substrate called Baltic birch. It's just a piece of wood. And then I add things to it. I add color to it. It's actually tar.
Because that was the base?
No, that's so I can set them on fire. So tar is very flammable, so then it dries and it goes inside. I write old poetry and old sayings from Cuba. The writing is fairly new. I think the last 2 or 3 years. And it's actually carved into it, it's not painted. I think a lot of artists that use mixed media are artists that are self-taught. I didn't go to formal art school. My process is very intensive. It's like I sweat and it's really kind of physical work. I love the way it looks. They look like jewels to me. Layers and layers and layers, so I scrape at them. I love color, texture, and I can't even stop. Yeah. I hate to admit this is terrible. But Miami has been the greatest city I've had for making art. I just find colors that are under there this is my vice, my job, my second love. To me, this is like what I'm gonna leave when I'm gone. I mean, my paintings are kind of like my children. All of my energy, my soul, whatever you call it, I don't know how many words, into it, and then I let them go. So they have their own life somewhere else, and I think it's pretty cool. I'm Rey Alfonso. I'm an abstract painter.